by and large, I think all of India was illiterate, I think, in the 18th centuries, with perhaps maybe 5% of the population was actively reading and writing regularly. But women in particular were actively discouraged from reading and writing. There is this book written by Rashundari Devi. It's one of the first texts by women. It's in Bangla. It's called Amar Jeevan. Her father was indulgent enough to at least teach her the alphabet. Then she was married, as was the norm in those days. She was married off by the time she was 8 or something. Her husband was quite well educated and reasonably well off, but she was just in the kitchen the whole time. And she describes this experience of wanting to read. She didn't know what she wanted to read. She had no idea at the time that she wanted to write. She just wanted to read, like the men do. And she didn't, what she writes about is that she didn't dare to say that I want to read for the sake of reading or that anything. What she says is that I had a dream, and in my dream I was reading the Chaitanya Bhagavat, and she wanted to, she knew that there was a copy in the house. In those days, I think it was written on wooden slats, so each page, so to speak, was one kind of thin bit of wood. So what she did was that she stole one page at a time. She would steal one page and she would hide it in the box of flour or rice. I think rice. She would hide it inside that. And she'd be in the kitchen cooking, and she would have this ghungat. She would hide her head and she would slyly keep looking at it and keep reading it like that. So she's glancing at it, and if anyone comes, then she'd quickly hide it inside the rice again. Nobody taught her to read. She taught herself to read because she knew the alphabet a little bit, so she just kept staring at the alphabets until the alphabet started to form words and they started to make sense. She did this over years. She read that book. She didn't tell anyone she'd read it. Her husband eventually died. Eventually she told her children, because her children, I suppose, were sympathetic, and by that time she was a much older woman and respected by dint of the fact that she was older and a beloved woman. Eventually she started to write. She wrote her autobiography. It was called Amar Jeevan, and her children got it published.